On the 15th of April, 2019, the world watched in horror as flames ravaged Paris's Notre Dame cathedral.
Je vous le dis très solennellement ce soir, cette cathédrale, nous la rebâtirons.
After the devastating fire, President Emmanuel Macron set an ambitious goal to rebuild Notre Dame within 5 years. The country received an unprecedented outpour of support, and the race against the clock began. Before the restoration could start, tons of charred debris and scaffolding had to be cleared from the 850-year-old medieval building. But complications began to pile up. The works were delayed by the COVID-19 pandemic and the need to clean up the toxic lead dust, which spread when the roof and spire melted.
400 à 500 tonnes de plomb qui partent en poussière. En matière de pollution atmosphérique, on avait quelque chose de majeur.
Finally, in August 2021, the restoration phase began. One of the biggest losses in the 2019 fire was the medieval beamed roof, most of which dates back to the early 1200s, and the iconic spire. To rebuild them both, 2,000 mature oak trees were selected from forests across France.
Ces arbres-là sont exceptionnels de par leur taille et leur dimension. C'est des bois qui font plus d'1 mètre de diamètre, qui ont plus de 220 ans, mais surtout qui sont parfaitement droits et qui ont une hauteur de plus de 20 mètres.
After being cut, the trees were left to dry between 12 and 19 months. Meanwhile, inside the cathedral, the race to meet the 5-year target was intensifying.
Il faut qu'on gagne du temps, alors soit en travaillant un peu plus en 2-8, soit en travaillant 6 jours sur 5. C'est un chantier présidentiel, donc on doit tenir ce cap.
Then came the debate about how the Gothic cathedral should rise from the ashes. Some argued for an exact historical restoration, while others claimed more modern methods and techniques should be used. After polling French citizens, it was decided that the new spire would be identical to the previous one designed by 19th century architect Eugène Viollet-le-Duc. But making an exact copy of the 66-meter-high spire was a technical feat. Engineers carried out thousands of calculations to guide the work of the carpenters.
C'est plus qu'une fierté, c'est un honneur. C'est beaucoup de sentiments, mais c'est un honneur et du bonheur.
While waiting for the spire, the timber frames for the roof began to arrive.
À la fin de l'année, on verra la silhouette de la cathédrale avec sa flèche dans le ciel de Paris, même s'il y aura encore des échafaudages.
Georgelin tragically passed away in a mountaineering accident in the Pyrenees and was replaced by his right-hand man, Philippe Jost. Then, in early December 2023, 1 year away from the date set for its reopening, the cathedral spire, still under construction, was crowned by its cross. A few days later, a new golden rooster was hoisted on the top. In the Christian faith, the rooster represents the return of light after night, and is also one of the symbols of France.
Ce coq nous signifie qu'on est dans la dernière ligne droite vers la réouverture. Il nous reste moins d'1 an maintenant, et la ligne droite, elle va encore compter beaucoup de journées bien remplies, beaucoup de batailles. Mais on y va, on est déterminé, on est confiant.
While the original Gothic structure was restored, a new and discreet mechanism was also installed, ready to release water in case of another fire. In February 2024, the new spire began to appear from behind the scaffolding. That spring, 5 years to the day after the fire, Notre Dame regained its shape.
It's magnificent. It's what's so impressive to see how much work has gone into it, and it's wonderful that people have bothered to do it because it's such a tribute to Paris.
While tourists were delighted, some local residents were less pleased due to 200 tons of lead being installed on the new roof. But according to the site managers, the roof is inaccessible, causing no risk of lead ingestion, and water runoff will be collected and filtered. In September, Notre Dame finally got its bells back when 8 of them returned to the North Tower.
On entend sa voix et elle nous dit « je suis là » et elle nous attend. Donc c'est vraiment quelque chose qui est vraiment totalement bouleversant.
And in November, the original statue of the Virgin and Child, which survived the fire, returned home. The stained glass windows have regained their color, the walls have been cleaned, and the organ restored. The impressive feat was made possible thanks to some 250 companies, hundreds of experts, and 2,000 workers. Costing nearly 700 million euros, it was financed by the 846 million euros in donations that poured in from 150 countries in a surge of solidarity. The remaining money is to be allocated to urgent restorations of the exterior of the cathedral, with works expected to be finished by 2030.